Hi, Pastor. You and I both know that over the last few years, we've seen a general decline in church attendance. And it isn't because people aren't going to church. It's just that the people that were going to church before are doing it differently, and we aren't making the concerted effort to find new people that want community and fellowship. They want to be part of a family, and they want to come to in-person services. So the good news here is that there's actually hope. There's hope. We just got to get to those people. We got to find them, and we have to connect them to your church. Now, it used to be that in order to get the word out about our churches, we would do billboards and signs and run ads in newspapers and magazines. And these days, those methods are largely ineffective. They've really been replaced by the digital world. Now, one of the obstacles that pastors have is that, doing ads, running ads for your church on Facebook or Google or anywhere else just kind of feels unspiritual, right? It feels kind of greasy, and it feels like you're under spiritualizing what God is doing, like almost like you're not having faith that God is going to grow your church. But the opposite couldn't be truer. The reality is people have to know about your church in order to end up there. It's kind of like the Bible says about the gospel. If no one tells them, how will they know? It's the same about your church. Someone's got to be able to tell them. And right now, if you're watching this video, my guess is that not enough people are learning about your church on a regular basis. Now, on top of that, you have all kinds of agencies and businesses and ads that you're getting hit with on Facebook that are promising you all kinds of attendance increases and revolution of your church for tons of money. And they want to charge you huge bills in order to help you to do that. It's very frustrating. It's a bunch of tech mumbo jumbo, and it's all way too expensive for your church's budget. I want to introduce you to MoreChurchVisitors. That's NET Ministries service where we take care of running your Facebook and Instagram ads specifically to help grow your church. We're looking for people who are looking for community, looking for a family, looking for a church. We're going to grab their information and we're going to get it in your hands. Now that means that we're going to handle all the technical stuff. We're going to handle the ads, the campaigns, the conversions, the optimizations, the lead forms, all that kind of stuff. All you do is focus on waiting for those leads to come to your phone and building a relationship with them. And as a pastor, that's already baked in. Now, we're not brand new at doing this. We've been in business for over 25 years. We've worked with over 60,000 churches, ministries, and nonprofits all over the world in various aspects of their digital marketing. This service has helped us to produce 8 to 15 new visitor inquiries per week on the minimum side for the churches that we work for, and as much as 10 to 15 a day for churches with larger budgets. So it's a really effective program. It can be huge for what you're trying to do in terms of grow your congregation, grow your community of faith, because we introduce the people directly to you through these Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, let me explain in a little more detail about how it works. So we're going to create campaigns, we're going to create ads, we're going to set everything up, create forms right on Facebook. And what people are going to do is they're going to see these ads in your local area. We focus about a 20-mile radius around you, and we make sure that people are able to not just see the visuals of your church, but also read a short description of what your church is all about. Now, they're going to click on those ads. They're going to get curious. They're going to decide whether or not they're going to give us their information, and they're going to fill out a form to give us their name, their phone number, their email address. They're going to click a consent to contact, and then they're going to end up on a thank you page. By the time they hit that page, you'll receive a text to your phone with their name, their phone number, their email address. We'll send a welcome email to them from you that reiterates the times and services, and we've effectively caught the fish, put the fish in a bucket, and handed it to you. Now, from there, we can also help to automate some additional sequences for you, but you want to make sure that you follow up on those leads so you're able to connect with them and build a relationship. And then it's just about call, text, email until you reach them and get them over to your church. It's really that simple. So we do all that upfront work to find people in your community. Imagine that. You don't have to do outreaches and mailers and all that stuff to find the one or two people in your community that might be willing to come to your church. We're going to go out and find them in that 20-mile radius, and you can focus your time, your effort, and your budget on reaching those people and connecting with them and getting them to your church. And Pastor, that's it. I wish I had a fancier tap dance, but that's what I got. So I'd love for you to work with us. I'd love to talk with you. We have Pastor Joe here who specializes in this program, and he'd love to speak with you today. So if you would, click on the link below and schedule your strategy session with us. We'd love to go over it. We'll go over pricing as well. It is variable. It depends on your budget. So if you're a smaller church with a smaller budget, you'll pay less than larger churches with larger budgets. All right. So like I said, this is baked in. This is created for churches of all sizes, whether you're a startup church, even if you're getting ready to start a church. This is a great program for you. We can start you at a low simmer and always turn that up as time goes on. Or if you got a great budget and big plans, then we can start you at a great budget. We can start you with some real traction, some real traffic, some real volume of relationships, and you can then test and stress test your systems. So really super excited to meet you today, and I hope that you will click the button and schedule that session. All right, so if you're still watching this video, you probably have a few questions and maybe are even a little skeptical. So I want to talk to you a little bit about, just openly, about some of the concerns that pastors have. The number one concern that we hear is, I don't know if this is actually going to work. We're going to spend our money and then this just isn't going to work for us. And I'll be truthful with you. There are churches this doesn't work for. I want to tell you what causes a program like this to fail. One of those things is just a simple lack of follow-up. Some folks just really don't understand the concept of getting leads in from the internet and having to follow up consistently. If you don't do that, if you're not prepared to make phone calls, if you're not good on the phone, if you don't have somebody in your church that can really help you, then that could be a little bit of an obstacle for you. The other part of it is just simple tenacity, giving up on the leads. Folks come in, they inquire, sometimes they get busy right after they inquire, so you got to call them a few times. Some people you'll reach on the first call. Some people you'll reach on the 10th. So it is kind of a game of continuing that contact, continuing that follow-up. If you don't do that part of it, then this ends up falling off for you. The other part is just simply some people, they get the people to the church and then they find that the church isn't ready. Either the church isn't welcoming, or maybe the culture in the church is just not positioned in the right way to accept new visitors and new people from the community. So you want to address some of those things ahead of time. Mindset of the congregation, preparing your congregation for new visitors, and also making them a part of that process. So sometimes you'll even have churches that will have some of the people in the church help them make the phone calls. Maybe pastor makes the first one or two calls, and then someone else kind of follows up if he doesn't reach people. There are also a few other things that I want to kind of address. There's there's several vendors and several companies that offer this service, and they're all wonderful people. I know many of them, but I think what makes our program different is that we're not new on the block. A lot of these services, they're just brand new. They've come up in just the last few years. They're very expensive, and it's because they're trying to build businesses around this service. For us, we've been around for 25 years. This is an auxiliary service for us. We're a full digital marketing agency for churches and ministries. So there's a lot that we can do for you, even above and beyond the church Facebook and Instagram ads. We can build websites for you. We can help you with your Google grant, help you with Google ads, help you with search engine optimization and content and all of that. So if you're a larger church or a church that's growing, it's maybe over 250, 500 to 1,000, we've got services for you that are above and beyond this. But what I will tell you is that this service right here is the best value for the money. It's the most cost effective, and it's going to help you. And again, our pricing is variable. So there's base pricing with variable ad budget pricing. So we can work with you even if you're a small church. All right. So that's what I got. Like I said, it's not a fancy tap dance. It's what I've got. And I hope to see you on the other side.